A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. A man named John was sent from God. He came for testimony, to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to testify to the light. And this is the testimony of John. When the Jews from Jerusalem sent priests and Levites to him to ask him, "Who are you?" he admitted and did not deny it, but admitted, "I am not the Messiah." So they asked him, "Who are you then? Are you Elijah?" And he said, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" He answered, "No." So they said to him, "Who are you? So we can give an answer to those who sent us. What do you have to say for yourself?" He said, "I am the voice of one crying out in the desert, make straight the way of the Lord." As Isaiah the prophet said, some Pharisees were also sent. They asked him, "Why then do you baptize if you are not the Messiah or Elijah or the prophet?" John answered them, "I baptize with water, but there is one among you whom you do not recognize, the one who is coming after me, whose sandal strap I am not worthy to untie." This happened in Bethany across the Jordan, where John was baptizing. I feel that this gospel really speaks to me. When I hear that someone was sent by God in the gospel, I think of myself. I think that I was sent by God eventually to make it to heaven and to live out my Sunday obligations along the way. John was told to testify the light, which is something that all Catholics should do. By testifying the light, you can go to church and do volunteer work. Some work you can do is make sandwiches for the poor, work at homeless shelters, or give away belongings to people less fortunate. A moment in my life where I feel like I testified the light was during the football season when, during a morning practice, someone needed a ride and they could not find a ride. I offered to let that kid sleep over at my house and he could be there with the team the next morning. Another time was something small that occurred at a grocery store. I saw an old lady get out of her car late at night and limped very slowly to get a shopping cart. I offered my assistance and walked around the store with her, helping her find the things she needed. I always try to offer my assistance, whether people look like they need it or not. That is what I feel like God is calling me to do.
John 19:28 relates to my life now because I do not get questions answered in my life directly. Jesus was showing the Levites and priests not to just know who he is, but to believe. Sometimes in life you need to believe in yourself and all the things you do. You can't accomplish anything if you don't believe and you just guess. All throughout my life I always question everything, but I need to just believe and not always assume.